welcome to another episode of Your Worst Neighbors podcast. I am your host, Jorge Sanchez, and we have the very wonderful co-host, PX Floro.
Hey, this is so much more better than the last episode.
And then, well, it's a better intro so far. Yes. Well, who
now
knows?
I know.
Who knows? I might mess it up. There's still time.
Oh, no, you will. But
yeah.
I mean, now I know.
And then we have the production producer extraordinaire, the one and only Sam Schmitty in the house. And we have a very special neighbor stopping by today.
Yay! One of my favorite neighbors.
Tell the people, PX, who is our neighbor today?
We have the lovely, the hilarious Rachel Warner.
Yay! Hi,
Rachel
neighbors.
Warner in the house.
Thank you for
Seriously, one of my
having me.
favorite neighbors.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I love you so much.
I love you more.
How long have we known each other now?
At least,
A decade?
Yeah, at least a decade.
We started the caravan.
Was it 10 years?
Mike, it'll be 10 years in February.
Oh, snap.
Okay.
so like
10
almost
years.
10 years, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The caravan started a month before, or no, sorry, it's 11 years. I'm 11 years, but still like
a year after Woodham's.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I came in on the second year, I think.
Yeah. You guys were some of the first batch.
I know. We're alumni.
Yeah,
My
possibly.
babies grow up.
Definitely.
They grow up.
I mean, we haven't gone very far. We're still we still see you all the time, Rachel.
So Rachel here, she sorry, I'm eating. Sorry, I'm already ruining it.
No,
I'm
we
already
can't. We're
ruining it.
ASMR. We do things
Force of
different
habit.
here. Yeah, we do things different here.
That's cool.
Is Jorge eating or sucking a
Noise.
dick? And we'll just figure it out.
Yeah, well, that's why we don't do video.
Little column A, a little column B.
That's why Sam's a little always quiet, you know, just relaxed. That's how we pay him. We pay him in blowjobs.
Yeah.
Jorge does.
We pay him in blowjobs.
I wish I got paid that well.
It's a partnership right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam is new batch. Sam is the
He's a
Sam
baby.
is post COVID moved from
Yeah.
Portland, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nice. I listen. I listen when you guys talk on
Do
stage.
you really pay attention or do you tune us out?
I do pay attention. If I've heard the set before, many times, I'll probably go get ice or whatever. But like, I do pay attention, especially to the
She does get a lot of ice when I perform at the
Yeah.
caravan. I have noticed that.
I don't know if
Every time Jorge
I don't
gets
know if
up.
you guys know this. but
She's getting ice and calling ice.
yeah,
on
I
me.
do. I do all of those things. So
It's
many
like,
things.
hey, he's
She's
back. Why aren't you guys coming? What the fuck?
We've been
Jorge's
calling and calling. No one comes when you call 311 anymore. But there's a thing at the caravan where I don't announce this, but comics get $1 off drinks, but you have to make me laugh first.
You know what? On that note, she charges me $1 extra.
Every
I'm
single
learning a lot today about the caravan, how it's
So
being
am I.
run.
Yeah.
I mean, hello. We've been going there for years. I never knew that.
Have you ever given drinks to a comic for free?
Yes.
Meaning that they were so hilarious, you had to give them for free.
Oh no, not like
had
that.
a
Like,
okay.
you're
We had
so
a
funny.
terrible-
Here's this Budweiser.
Yeah.
No, that's never happened. But
How
the hosts, I kick down some drinks.
Oh,
if
yeah.
they want them, and
Aw.
if my homies roll through, I'll always whatever. But
And for the listeners that don't know,
Number one bartender.
yes.
I used to be.
Oh yeah,
It's 2022.
Actually,
It's
not no more.
They haven't done a new one yet.
Yeah,
So-
Amanda from Woodham's was the next one.
What for 2023?
She's this year. Yeah, I was last
wait,
year.
that is
She's
so
this year.
cool.
Wait, hold on.
And then
What
they're
organization's ranking them?
It's the
Metro.
Metro.
So look
local
up
paper.
Metro Silicon Valley.
So you were
bartending.
2022 and she
Yeah.
was 2023.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is cool because Amanda.
Those are my
so cool.
favorite.
Have you and for the listeners that don't know, Rachel, she runs and bartends the Caravan Lounge comedy show for the past 10 years, as she mentioned. It's a
Caravan,
great, it's a
downtown
great
San
comedy
Jose.
show every Wednesday night.
San Fernando.
And then you mentioned Amanda Cunningham, who also runs Woodham's. She's the
Yeah,
bartender
yeah.
there.
So it used to be Atu and Rachel and
Yes.
Pete and Amanda.
Yeah.
And then Jorge at Frascati.
But
Those
he
were
didn't
the
have-
three.
He didn't have an Amanda or a Rachel.
No,
didn't-
but those were the three.
Well,
big
hold
mics
on.
back
I
then.
did have a bunch of barista stuff. So I did have
All the coffee he could drink.
Yeah.
Caravan still going strong. R.A.P.
We are.
Woodham's.
It's actually doing better than it ever has. Like post COVID in terms of attendance and sales and stuff.
It's the place to be.
Yeah. We get 25, 30 comics rolling through now.
I'll be honest with you. If I'm not doing anything, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Like I will be there, and that's how I know you listen because I'll hear you laugh. Like you're serving like 5 different people drinks, and you're like, ah! And I'm just like, she's listening. She's totally listening to that.
I am listening.
No,
I love it. So much of why I love the mic is because I'm always waiting for that moment for the comics where they've been kind of grinding it out for a couple years and trying their jokes and reworking them, and nothing ever quite, it just doesn't quite gel, and then that one night it clicks and the crowd is there and the jokes are there and everything, and
it's the perfect night,
and
there's been a lot of
you see the
those
look on their face when they're like, oh, this is
the night, this is my night,
he got that's why I do it.
That's
to
so
see that
awesome.
moment.
I thought you were gonna say, well, like to see the comics that like cross over. Like I was totally waiting for you. You're like, no, not even that. But that's even a more rewarding.
Yeah.
Moment.
It is because, and it's something that like even people that don't end up like being a touring comedian or like going on the road or whatever.
I'm not gonna lie. I've always wanted one of those moments, and I'll be honest, I've experienced that at Caravan.
Yes.
And I was just like,
where the whole room is with you.
Yeah, they're all listening at every word,
everything. And nothing,
and then
nothing that you say can go wrong.
Yeah, and they're just like,
I love that.
I call it magical. Like when
it is.
Every time I host, I feel like it's a magical evening.
It is. You run that room really well. You guys can both run that room very well.
Ooh, we should have a Your Worst Neighbors host.
Yeah,
evening.
you totally can.
We do that?
Absolutely.
Your Worst Neighbors evening at the Caravan.
You absolutely
I had
can.
a good times hosting there. It's good times.
Yeah,
appreciate
cool.
it. Yeah. By the way, we pulled up your ranking here. So this is the 2021 Metro.
2021. Excuse me.
Yes.
We're a year off.
Wait, 2020. Oh, so she was 2022 then.
So,
Amanda's 2022, and then like the voting for 2023.
That's how time
Rachel Warner, best bartender in Silicon Valley. Amanda Cunningham, and who's this Patrick Braga guy?
I don't know who that fucking guy is.
Patrick Braga.
I don't know who that guy is.
I don't know, but I know someone with the last name
playing with their
Braga.
tapas and
You don't have no comedy shows at Paper Plane. What the fuck
they're
is he doing?
mixologists. I love their egg white.
I love how Rachel was like, I'll fucking take him down.
Now, do you feel there's a certain art to being a bartender?
I mean, just like anything, there's people that do the job well and people that don't, and like the more you do something.
How much of it is knowing drinks, and how much of it is just putting up with bullshit from people?
I mean, a little of column A, a little of column B. Recipe knowledge is like crucial.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure.
That's
What's the craziest drink anyone's ever asked you to make, and you're like, what the fuck?
Well, I can tell you the craziest drink they asked me to make and how I fucked it up. So there's this guy, Andre. He's the lead singer of this band called Death Grave. Really cool guy. And he came in one night with this friend of his, and he said, we drink a really gross shot every time we're together. So if you could make it for us, that would be great. And I'm like, okay, sure. What do you want? And he's like, it's half and half Scotch and tequila.
Ew.
And I was like, okay. So I take the Scotch and I take the tequila and I take the creamer and I mix them some shots and I put these 2 white shots in front of them. And Andre kind of looks at me, he looks down and he goes, I'm sorry, I meant half Scotch and half tequila. Oh. But you know what? They drank them.
Oh.
With the half and half?
With the half and half. They did.
Yeah.
They drank them. So yeah, that was disgusting.
Kind of a weird Irish
I like how
car bomb.
You put your
style.
spin into that though, right? You put your spin putting the creamer in it, right?
I just didn't understand them. I didn't get the memo. That was
when you
my bad.
started describing how you made the drink. I was like, I didn't even think of half and half.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking half tequila, half.
Because you were right.
No, but then she said
That's why.
creamer. I was
'Cause
like,
you're right.
oh, that's what they meant.
Yeah.
No, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
Dude.
just the herd listening.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I can't. Half the time in there, I'm reading lips. Anyway, it's so loud in there with the band.
What's the most obnoxious drink someone could order at the Caravan?
Obnoxious.
I mean, standard. Don't ever order it ever is a lemon drop. That's
lemon drop.
Yeah, that's
I like a good lemon drop.
The
At
most
Caravan, though?
that's like the most.
That's my point. That's what at the Caravan you cannot just order regular fucking bar drinks.
I mean, yeah, you can.
You can, but you
lemon drop
a
doesn't seem.
douchebag if you have a
you
fucking,
You do.
I mean, people do come in
Should
and they're
be-
like, I'll have a mojito. And I'm like, hey, no problem. Mezcal is 3 blocks that way. You can, they make really good mojitos.
Yeah.
You can have one of there.
Go fuck yourself with your mojito.
We don't have mint. We don't have a muddler. Like, what?
You're like lemon drop, go to paper plane.
Yeah, the lemon drop is like a classic hated bartender thing
It's a
because
martini
of
thing,
the
right?
sugar. Yeah, because you have to sugar the rim.
Right.
And then, if you're a dive bar like us, we don't have simple syrup, so you use sugar in the drink, and it never, so
Sticks.
like the bartender thing is to like, and I don't do this, but the bartender thing is to make them as gross as possible. so that
Just fuck it up so they
people
get the
don't
message.
order it again.
Ever
Yeah.
again. That's hilarious.
That's not a bad tactic,
But if
actually.
you ask any bartender, it's like
Yeah.
usually lemon drop or frozen drinks.
Yeah.
We don't have a blender.
Yeah, because
That makes sense.
There's I feel like the bartending scene is kind of growing because there's these shows that are like bartending competition shows, and I feel that's giving misconception to a lot of people of like, oh, the bartender's gonna totally love when I come in and ask for a super fancy, complicated cocktail or something.
Yeah, it's like people come in and they're like, "So what do you like to make?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Shot of whiskey." I've been doing this for 25 years. What the hell? What do I like to make? Let me open this beer for you. That's what I like to make. So silly.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I know people get excited about stuff and they want to like, and my favorite is like the new bartenders that come in and like want you to know they're a bartender too. Like, oh, I'm a bartender too. Let me bust this for you. I love that energy because like I used to have it and I'm like, oh, sweet summer child. Like, you keep loving this, it's great. But I love bartending.
But
So
besides bartending, Rachel here. She's one of the best comedians in town.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
thank
you come from
She
an era
is.
before us, right?
yeah, I'm like, I started like 20 years ago, but then I quit for a big chunk.
Was it like in the 2000s?
Yeah, it was like early 2000s. I would say like, I would say like 2001 or 2 was when I started. There was this awesome mic in Palo Alto called at the Rose and Crown, and it was every Monday night, and it was such a good mic that all of the better features and headliners from San Francisco and like other parts of the Bay Area would come down for this mic.
Yeah.
Huge, packed, attentive, quiet crowd that laughed. I mean, it was like you could
Every comedian's dream,
dream. So it was such a great room because not only were there up and comers, but there were so many comedians that were better than you that you could watch and learn from. So it was a great platform, for newer comics, a great way to see. But yeah, so that's where I started. And then I did it for a long time. I did a lot of rooms in San Jose. I had one of the first showcases at the Improv for a long time called Unfiltered Underground.
And what year range was this, by the way?
Oh my God. So Unfiltered Underground, let's see. The second or third year the Improv was open, this guy, Justin Charles Hollister, took over. Maybe it was longer than that. Maybe like 5 years or so. And he now owns the All-American Comedy Club in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Or I think that's what it's called.
The American Theater. Yeah.
Yeah. So he very much, I worked with him on another project on a local TV show called SUTN. It's like a local sketch comedy thing that I was doing.
You were telling me about this.
Yeah.
This is fascinating.
Yeah, it was like 2 years. The TV show ran 2 years. Sketch, stand-up, and band. It was like basically a Saturday Night Live ripoff, but with comedians. We would have comedians as guests like they used to.
And it was broadcasted on
the first year was on Kron, and the second year was on UPN 44.
KRON.
Yeah.
So you guys had quite a lot of eyes looking at your content.
We did, and it was fun. It was a lot of work. We did way more episodes than we probably should have. And we wrote them fresh every week and performed them live one time.
That's dope.
So no room for error, no mistakes. It was a lot. But yeah, that's where I met Justin, and he. I basically wanted to kind of do a live version of that, which was and to have like a bluer show, because back then the Improv was very like clean and clever. That was like
Clean and clever.
what happened the day. Like if you're not Brian Reganing it, or like then like don't even.
Well, keep in mind, back in that time, the industry was different than it is now.
It was. It's totally different now. But yeah, so
because for them the goal was to be on TV where you had to be clean.
the sitcom. It was
Not always clever, but definitely clean.
It was Get on Letterman or The Tonight Show.
mature audience.
Get your sitcom.
Yeah.
Get your 5 years in, and get your residuals. That's what it was like.
Today
back
is
then.
just get yourself a podcast.
Just anything. Just can anybody pay me anything for anything?
Can I do comedy here at this coffee shop?
Do you pay me in coffee? I'll take it.
Can I do this in an empanada place?
Exactly. So I wanted a bluer show, so that's why it was called Unfiltered Underground.
Nice.
And so it was the same thing. It was comics. I had a live band, a different one each time to be kind of like the house band, and then we did sketch. And I did it for like 3 or 4 years. I think I filled up the bottom a couple times.
Yeah.
The bottom of the improv. Like it was
a big
still
theater.
hard. It was
a big
before
theater.
Facebook.
Yeah.
It was before it was like right before any kind of like
Paper
social media
flyers.
thing. I was paper flyering. It was
Literally
like that.
footworking it.
Yeah. So and then after like I think I ran it for like 4 years, and then I just couldn't. I was just exhausting, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And so I gave the show to Butch Escobar, who's a comedian in Oakland. I know you
Butch
guys.
Escobar.
And then he ran it for 2 or 3 years, and it became something different. It became more of like a showcase thing when he took it over. But he packed that fucking place out, which I couldn't upstairs and downstairs, which I could never do.
Yeah.
He was able to promote in a way that I was not able to at the time. So and then I had my kid, and my focus shifted, and I stopped doing comedy for a long time, and then started again for a couple of years, and then stopped again, and then a couple of years ago I started it again and picked.
I never even noticed you left.
Yeah. Well, I'm always in the room at the mic.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. So I was like, she's gone?
kind of like keeping my foot in the water, keeping my
Dipping
ass
your
on the
toe
seat.
in every now and then.
Yeah, exactly. So, and now it's like I can't, obviously I work Wednesday through Saturday, but like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, if I get asked to do a show, I'm there if I can do it. So.
Yeah, no, she's
So
awesome.
I'm trying to figure. You said Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Now I-
Swinny has a question.
Just quick question.
I like how he raised his hand. This is the first time he's ever done that, so it's really important.
You guys were in such a good flow. I wanted
yes,
to let you guys know. Thank you.
You, the one over
I appreciate
there
it.
with the producer.
During those times when you weren't doing stand-up, how often while bartending would you hear a set and just go, I could do so much fucking better than
All
that?
the time, I bet.
I know, right? It's actually never been about doing better for me, because I think the comedy is such like a original. It's such an individual thing,
Right.
and everybody's so
Has their
different.
own voice.
But I would get jealous of the performers, of them being up there. Yeah, just in general, not like
It's like I want to go up there.
yeah, just like
It's like, I know exactly what you mean. It's like
Yeah.
it's a complimentary jealousy.
yes, of like
I'm not
they're-
jealous
They're
that
up
you're
there
better.
grinding it out, and I am not. They're up there hustling it and grinding it out, and I'm not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely go through those as well.
Yeah, like-
To-
She
to this
charges Jorge a regular priced beer.
day. She's definitely not jealous of me.
He's drinking his $10 pounds in the corner. His $10 12 ounce.
Now, what came first, sketch or stand up? Because they're similar, but also a kind of different approach.
Yeah, actually, sketch came first. Acting came first.
Acting, so you want to be an actress.
Well, when I was younger, yeah, like I did a lot of acting
Like you did
stuff.
theater stuff?
And yeah, I come from like kind of like a performing family, so like there was always like
was
music
natural.
and acting, that kind of stuff.
Oh my God, Rachel!
So-
you just reminded me.
What?
You got family in the industry.
I do.
I thought about that.
You don't have to
earlier.
talk about
We
it.
don't.
But yeah, so she comes from a great lineage of great actors and comedy performers.
Yeah, I have working actors in my family who are very grateful for the work and very humble and pretty amazing people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then like my brother-in-law is a writer
It's
for
only natural.
for a TV show. He just did
Well,
I can't remember what it's called. He just did some show on Peacock. Like everybody's got. It's not just like actors. People.
Right.
There's a bunch of
Writers
different.
and
have you
directors.
considered
Yes.
getting back into like theater acting or anything like that?
I mean, I love it. If my schedule permitted it, I would definitely do
Yeah.
like community stuff. But just this is not like I don't know that San Jose like definitely like stand up and sketch and stuff is like have like good scenes here. In terms of like acting. Like I don't really know like the local scene very much.
Do you think sketch comedy would work at Caravan? I think it could.
I mean, it can work anywhere if it's funny, right?
Yeah, if it's that's true.
It's funny,
I forget about that sometimes.
Right. It has to be funny.
So we were doing the TV show and we went on hiatus, and one of the actors who was like an ex-boyfriend of mine, this guy Eric Toms, he wanted to try stand-up, and Tony Sparks was running a
name drop.
Mm-hmm. First,
there's been like 5 different name drops.
My first I know. I'm sorry. It's
no. That just means more people are gonna listen. More people are gonna listen. The more name drops we do.
I love it. No, they're not.
So Tony Sparks used to run. It was like a. It was
Brainwash or before Brainwash?
It was before Brainwash. It might have been coexisting with Brainwash. He might have already had Brainwash going, but it was at a place called the Luggage Store, and it was a salon. So it wasn't a show. It was a salon where comedians told their jokes in front of other comedians.
Oh,
and that was it.
It's like
That's
a workshop.
why they call it a
It was like a workshop. Yeah, it was like a
why
salon.
do they call it what do they call it, a salon?
I don't know. That's just like an expression of it. Like,
that's new. I've never heard of that.
You work on your hair and you work on your
you work on your hair and
punchlines.
It's like a private workshop amongst.
Which is very interesting because I would assume that people would call it a barber shop.
Right?
I mean, because it's a male-dominated industry,
right?
and I was like, salon. Tell me more.
Hold on. You think there's more barbers than there are salons right now?
No, I feel like there's more salons than there are barbers. But I was saying in the comedy world, she's like, oh, it's like a salon, and I'm thinking in my head, like,
it's a term for like creative gathering.
Yeah.
Like when you
which
have
is fine.
Yeah.
But I was just like, who thought of this word? Because I feel like they should call it barbershop or something. You know what I mean? Like it's male, because the comedy industry is a male-dominated industry. I feel like
it is 90% dudes.
So I would expect someone to say, let's come to the barbershop.
And let's cut it up.
Yeah. So I just thought it was interesting, but no, that's salon. That's dope.
So it was cool.
Maybe because it was in a salon. You know, it had probably like the women hair equipment.
Cool. It was actually in an art gallery called the Luggage Store.
Oh, it was an art gallery.
Yeah,
that was called the luggage. So I thought it was a luggage store.
Yeah.
Too.
No, it's not. It was actually an art gallery in the loin. So like people smoking crack right out front.
In the Tenderloin?
Yeah. And hardcore.
Yeah.
And I remember that first night, Louis Katz was there trying some stuff out. And there was this guy, Bruce, this unhoused guy whose whole bit was about monkeys flying out of his butt.
Nah.
That was like his tagline. Like, and Eric went up and he did 3 minutes, and I sat there and I was like, I could fucking do this. That was like my response.
So it was your ex-boyfriend.
It was my ex-boyfriend, but still friend, and we're actually still
awesome.
friends. Yeah, he's down in LA. He still does stand up. He's a writer and an actor and a really good guy.
That's so
and
awesome.
him and his wife Heather and their 2 boys. And so the next week I went up at the Luggage Store, and Tony was my first introduction to comedy.
Do you remember your first bit?
Yes.
What was it about?
My first joke, a total hack joke, and I was so proud of myself for coming up with it, and then have since heard it, like 5,000 or 7,000 times.
Yeah.
It was a joke about I recently lost like 280 pounds because I just got a divorce. It was like an ex-husband joke. I can't even remember the delivery. It really isn't.
It's clever because I would never think of you. I didn't think of using it as a divorce. I hear it for like boyfriends, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, I lost 220 pounds recently. I just got a divorce.
Yeah.
I lost a bunch of weight recently. I just got a divorce. 220 pounds of bullshit lost in 5 minutes. Thank you very much. That was the tag.
Did it kill?
It did not. No, it got a very polite. There was Tony's would get up and give the speech about. This is a loving room. This is a safe room. This is a supportive room. We are going to listen. We're going to clap, pumping up the audience.
Yeah.
I love Tony.
Yeah, Jinx. You owe me a Coke.
How do you not love Tony?
Tony Sparks.
The God
Tony
Father.
Sparks. He has fostered more foundling comics than I think anybody in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Hands
Godfather.
down.
I did
Godfather. Definitely.
I did the Copper Spoon, I want to say sometime last year.
Yeah.
And he was hosting it, and I was next, and he goes, "Hey man, heard a lot about you." And he's looking forward to my set.
Yeah.
I go up, I come back down, stop talking to you for the rest of the
Oh, okay.
I was like, I think it's pretty okay.
Oh my god!
Don't take it personal, dude.
That's so funny.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's a sweet guy.
He is a sweet guy.
We had a good laugh. We had a good laugh.
He likes to pump people up. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
But anyway, I think we're okay. I'm going to transition to our first segment.
Okay.
What's like the worst somebody ever hit on you? You as well, PX.
Okay.
Like what's the worst tactic a guy
I'm
has
sure she
used?
gets hit on so much at the bar.
You know what? I definitely give off more of like a mother sister vibe at the bar. Like I feel than like, and like I'm also almost 50, so I think like that ship is
And you
kind
look
of
amazing,
sailed.
by the way.
But thank you.
Oh,
my
yes.
gosh. I have been like, do you mean like aggressive, like make me uncomfortable, or like bad pickup line?
Ooh, bad pickup
line's a good one because that's simple.
What's the worst pickup line?
It was St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
And it was a knock joke. He said knock knock.
Oh, who's there?
Irish
Who?
I was inside you right now.
Yeah. A stranger said that
Yeah.
to
And
you?
it did not work? That's pretty good.
It didn't work.
Oh,
No,
damn.
that's
Oh,
gross.
shit.
Wishing you're inside of any stranger is very like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Mexican.
Mexican who?
Can this Mexican hold your hand?
That's funny.
Yes. See, that's sweet.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
it was too vulgar. He went straight for the
I
I'm
mean,
inside
like,
you.
I'm down to be vulgar if I know you.
Right.
If you're some
Gotcha.
random, like, that's
That's
really all
weird.
about energy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Would
no,
you agree?
100%.
Energy.
100%.
Yeah, totally.
I give a lot of dad energy.
She's like, can you give me my
Because I'm bald and chubby.
I gotta
dad
say,
bod.
you know, and like I've been telling people, like, you've been looking good. Like,
Me?
yeah.
No.
Damn. Yeah, you get up there.
No.
You're all confident. You got your jokes.
That's not
you got
true.
Your swag.
That's not true, but keep going.
No, that's true.
I appreciate
I
the
have to
compliment,
agree.
yeah.
The confidence can make.
Yeah.
You can ask Mondo. Like I told him
Mondo.
several times, like Jorge's looking good.
See,
right now.
I feel Rachel's putting me in the trap because she's building my confidence. Before you know it, I'm going to the caravan, going up to somebody, going like, "Hey, knock knock, Irish."
No,
And
not
it's her
that
fault for
one.
putting that confidence
No,
in me.
not that one. You're supposed to
Yeah.
use the Mexican one. Remember that?
No, the Mexican one's just for Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I would have told that Irish guy. I would have been like,
Yeah.
I wish you were Mexican. Those guys are cuter.
An Irish Mexican.
So. Hey.
How about you? What's the worst a guy ever hit on you?
So
Like, what's
it's
the worst
funny that you
tactic?
say that because there was one that happened recently. Me and my daughters went to this Filipino restaurant, which I hate going to I hate going to.
She hates Filipinos. No, seriously, it's a recurring
Yeah, I guess.
theme here at this podcast.
It's not that I hate
She's
them.
bringing up how much she hates
I tell
Filipinos.
them it's not that I hate them; they hate me. Like they don't claim me.
No, at this point,
Because you're not a nurse.
Yeah, that was exactly
That was a
why.
callback to PX's comedy, by the way.
Because my parents are still waiting. They're still waiting till this day.
I don't know, PX. So many Filipinos hate her at this point. I think it's you.
I'm telling you, like, I get this vibe, and Filipinos out there listening, please validate that for me because that's the vibe I get. That's the vibe I get from my people, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I can tell the anyways. So I'm at the Filipino restaurant
Yeah.
with my kids.
Yeah.
And obviously the people serving there are Filipino.
What'd you get? Lechon?
No, we got sinigang and
Sinigang.
something else. It's like I forgot, but I just
Lechon's
remember
good.
sinigang
Lechon
because that's
is
what
pork.
annoyed me because I can make this dish at home. That's what annoys me about going to this. I'm like,
Did you
I
go
can make
Karen on
this shit
him? Did you
myself.
go Karen?
No, I didn't.
Were you a Filipino
He got
Karen?
hit. How could I get hit on if I went Karen on somebody?
Oh,
Like, that's so
I hit on Karens.
There is Karen porn on
Why would
Pornhub.
you
Oh,
do
yeah,
that?
it's my favorite.
There is. Now I gotta look it up.
A woman
Just get
complaining
upset.
about me, it's the best.
And she's like, yeah, you want this, Karen?
All right, so I'm sorry. What happened?
So we're here at the restaurant, we're ordering our food, and then my kids are sitting down, and they're not that far from me either. And he's like, "So are those your kids?"
I feel like he doesn't have an accent, but you're adding that to the story.
He has a little bit, just a little bit. He's like, "Are those your kids?"
You gave this guy an accent.
Of course I did. It's a Filipino restaurant. Okay.
Go ahead, finish your story.
He's
Sorry.
like, and I'm like, yeah, those are my kids. He's like, oh, they're beautiful, like their mom. And I'm like,
that's a be nice.
Are you hitting on me or my kids right, now?
And I was
Oh,
like,
that's a good point.
Well, yeah.
That's a good point. It's a little vague. Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, thanks. And I'm like, all right, let me get my food, whatever. And so I sit down, and then my oldest, Penelope, she's like 15, and she's like, did that guy like totally hit on you with us around? And I'm like, yeah, he did. And I was like, and that's why I don't fuck around with Filipinos. I'm just kidding. I was like, that's your uncle. Just kidding. No, I just...
That's not too bad. He shot his shot.
It was nice. Yeah, he shot his shot, but like... Follow through. You're gonna shoot a shot and he didn't even follow through.
You wanted him to follow through, but we see you didn't like it. Why would he follow through?
Well, I mean, I didn't like it. It was awkward, but then I was kind of like, okay, so
how did he follow through with the?
He didn't follow anything. He didn't give me a discount on my food. He didn't like.
That's true.
Like let me get your phone number. Yeah, I did tip him. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. That's classy.
yeah.
Classy.
I don't know. I was just, but I don't. It was just weird. It was just weird. It's just weird.
Excuse me.
Like complimenting me, complimenting my kids is just weird. Like, and I just don't like Filipinos like that. Unless there's a Filipino out there that can convince me different. But yeah, I can't.
I think we're gonna make a podcast called to find a Filipino.
And find her.
A Filipino guy.
Find a Filipino man.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Can
What
we
about
do it
the
like all
lead singer of
blindfold?
Journey? That guy's hot.
I haven't seen him. Can you put him up? I do not know how he looks like.
I don't know,
he's
probably,
super hot.
he sounds
Is
like
he?
me.
No, he sounds like Steve Perry.
He does sound exactly like Steve Perry. The Filipino.
He
that's
doesn't
like
even
my
pop up.
brother.
Yeah, he's hot.
Look.
Hello. Hello.
He's a good-looking guy.
I
He's good
told
looking.
you. Growl. And he also.
Is he married?
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I think so. I remember from the document. I did watch
He's not
the
your type, though,
documentary.
is he? Is that
No,
your
he's
type?
not my
He's not
type.
your type.
He looks like my
He's so much of a pretty
cousin.
boy.
Yeah,
For her.
he runs around the stage. He's got Arnell.
Oh, she hates guys that run.
Oh.
Especially run away from
Sauntering
her.
only.
I don't like healthy people.
You can mosey or you can get the
I don't
fuck
want.
out of
I don't
here.
want them to be able to run away from me. I'm like, I don't like healthy people.
Yeah. Knock knock.
Okay, who's there?
Filipino.
Filipino who?
Come be my Filipino hoe. I don't know.
Come nurse me back to hell?
See, this is why Rachel gets the eyes when I'm up there.
September 5th, 1967. Okay.
Yeah.
Arnell Pineda. Okay.
67. He's younger than you. I'm just kidding.
No way.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
in your case, a guy a little too vulgar with
Irish.
his approach.
I wish I knew.
And for
I wish I was
you,
inside you.
you're not getting hit on when you're eating.
I don't like getting in on with my kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a different vibe, right?
Like, I'm trying to be a parent right now. I'm
Right.
not trying to, like, get it in with anybody.
Right.
I never thought about it. That's a
I don't
new
want to think
challenge.
about your
So
wiener
many
right now.
creepers.
Yeah.
What? Hit on somebody with their kids?
I watch a lot of true crime.
That's
okay?
a flex. Like, that's confident.
Did you hear about that dude? Like this, there was a mom and a dude. Like this, I think it was the stepdad. Just went up to the 16-year-old and started fucking stabbing her. And the 16-year-old though retaliated, fought him, grabbed the knife, freaking stabbed him in the face, and killed him.
Damn.
And I was like,
Wait, hold on.
and I think about like, I watch stories like that. I watch so much true crime, and I'm like, I hope my kid's badass
Sweetie,
enough about that.
that's
To stab someone in the face
if
they
in
need
self-defense.
to. Yeah.
Hold on.
He attacked her.
Yeah.
Stepdad.
Smitty put on the
Scares
Jerry
me.
Springer. We only do
It
that
is
when
scary.
me and her are fighting. Why did you put that on?
She was describing a hell of a fight.
Yeah, it was a violent.
Oh, a
It's
family
a
fight.
violent
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Violent moment.
Yeah, Arya's dad is very much like teach her self-defense and not to.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm over here like, hey baby, all you need is to be charming.
That's
Get out of
true
most
too.
stuff.
You know what? That's
So
true
we have
too.
two different schools of thought on that.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
That's a good tactic. Get
he
to be
wants her to
charming.
throw punches, and I want her to throw lines. You know.
So for our first segment here,
Yes.
you tell me, should this person be more charming or be more fighting?
Okay.
So our first story here.
I am a lover, so I'm assuming you're a lover too.
I am a lover.
Okay.
So a man robs a woman at gunpoint, then asks her out on a date after.
I did. I read about that.
Yeah.
This happened in England, right?
No, Indiana.
Oh, Indiana.
So
excuse me.
basically,
So close.
this. But by the way, if you pull up a photo of her, that'll be great. So basically, this person, she comes late from work, goes to her mailbox. A guy rolls up on her on
This
a
is
bicycle.
in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Where is this?
He rolls her up on a bicycle.
Okay.
robs her at gunpoint. Guess how much money he takes out of her?
$100.
Yes, just $100.
Okay.
And then tells her to follow him on social media.
Is this guy on crack?
Yeah, go ahead and play the video. Go ahead and play the video. There's video.
Oh my God.
He robs her and then tells her to follow him.
Harlan Street on Indy's southeast side, a woman was out checking her mail around 4 o'clock in the morning.
Looks totally on the left side. It's okay.
That's weird. I only hear it on my
identified as Damian Boyce approached her, pointed a gun at her, and stole $100 in cash from her. Afterwards, Boyce allegedly asked the victim, with the gun still pointed at her, if she had a boyfriend. She would add him on Facebook.
Where is this? Where is this?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
That's balls. That's
Like, what kind of drug are you on?
Yeah, right.
Well,
To
like
rob
love.
someone and then ask them out on a date. Ask them if they have a boyfriend. Like, that's like...
But play the video a bit more because it tells you what.
I can only imagine what she's thinking. She's like, is this a joke?
Court records show Boyce pointed out his profile to the victim and watched the other, saying he would pay the money he stole back to her.
Oh my God. He gave the money back?
Yeah. Well, he offered to give it back to her.
Oh, and she was like, no, you keep it.
Yeah.
You need it more than I do.
Yeah.
Since you're on a bike, bro.
Yeah.
Put that towards
play
your
a bit
first
more.
car payment.
Then fled the scene on a bicycle. The probable cause affidavit shows that same day the two exchanged Facebook messages. Boyce saying, look, just know I'ma pay you back. It's an expletive way to meet, but expletive. You is too pretty to rob.
Too pretty to rob.
I could tell you're sweet.
So she charmed him a bit.
I know that.
Right.
Boyce sent more, saying, I feel like a total expletive. I swear I got you. What's your Cash App tag? Or you could send it when I'm ready. Then continued, for real, I'm expletive. We had to meet up on them terms. Come chill with me. I swear I'm not on that.
Do we have
type
pictures of
timing.
both of these
The victim replied,
people?
I
We have a picture of the
You know
woman,
I can't
not the
do
guy,
that.
though.
Well, I wish you the
Wait,
best.
we
Hold
have
on,
a
stop right there. So then she says her very last message is she has a man. I don't believe her, but I think that's a good
So we
tactic
have a picture
to use.
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
victim. We don't have a picture of the perpetrator.
Right. As far as I couldn't find any.
How weird is that?
Yeah.
No, that's not her. But yeah, she I don't know. What would you do if somebody robbed you at gunpoint and asked?
This reminds
for
me
you
of
to
a
just-
story that I heard.
I would fuck the shit out of them. I'd be like, come inside right now.
Yeah.
You just hit the button, man. That's exactly what I was looking for.
So this guy came off a little too strong. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
It's always the
A little?
creepiest,
A
most
little?
sideways guys that have like the most confidence, right? When they're
That's so
hitting on
weird.
people. Have you noticed
Yeah.
that? Like,
They,
it'll
they
always be-
execute. They follow through.
They'll follow through. They'll be like, "Hey, what's up?" I don't know if they're like, "I got nothing to lose," or they
It's like
just have
trauma.
a
Let me
different-
traumatize you first, and then try to soften the blow by asking you
Damn.
out. I just don't understand.
It's a lot.
I don't know if there is this story that's floating out in the comedy scene. I'm only bringing it up because other comedians have told me about the story. Let me know if you guys have heard it. But there's this one where a comic fucked another comic. Oh no, not I'm sorry.
Oh, that's definitely not me.
A comic fucked another comic. But let me clarify. The other one wasn't a comic. It was another type of entertainer.
Okay.
So the comic
What
fucked
does that
an
mean? Like
entertainer.
a singer?
It could be one of
Dancer?
those.
burlesque, maybe.
Why are you so
No.
vague? If you're putting it out
It's
there,
okay,
just fucking put
fine.
out
It was
there.
a fucking rapper.
Okay, comic fucked a rapper. Go
Okay.
on.
Comic fucked
Which
a
is
rapper.
probably worse than fucking the guy that robs you from $100.
Well, and that's what makes it crazy. So that rapper, took money from the comic,
Yeah.
and then it was like, okay, and then she in the comic
Yeah.
saw the rapper again, and he did it again to her. So not only the first time took money out of the wallet, and then the second time was
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
yeah, I know you heard the story.
Oh, that's right. I have.
I
heard
know
this
you heard the story, and I was like, I had
she
to,
went back for more.
Yeah, well, and then this time
Maybe the dick's that good.
he apped money to himself.
Yeah,
The
on-
rapper. And in my head, I'm thinking like, what the fuck?
Yeah. How good is that D? That you're
It
willing?
must be hella good.
It must be hella good.
I mean, to get twice get robbed and
And
have
then you
this
have to
guy
pay for
Venmo
it.
himself.
Yeah.
No, it's like she's literally like you paid for that.
Wait,
Yeah.
maybe
I will
maybe he's a
not pay for that.
prostitute. Maybe that's how he gets paid. Maybe it was a miscommunication of
And what I don't understand, someone did that to me, I would fucking roast the shit out of that person.
Dude.
Every fucking place I went to, but that's not my story.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
also,
but
like, he did it to her, but then she also kind of did it to herself.
And
Also-
I would. She definitely did it to herself.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
fool me once, right?
Yeah, shame on you.
Fool me twice.
Here's the thing: the only way something like that is acceptable is if the money was for his mixtape. Was the money for his mixtape?
I put her name as a producer, executive.
Hey,
Can't do much about that.
She shipped herself as a producer of his mixtape. That'd be
know what I'm saying?
hilarious.
I was waiting
Oh
for
my
that.
God.
I was waiting for that release.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Don't say release. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, good times.
That was funny. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I've like.
There, people who listen to this and they're gonna be like, "She fucking just talked about it." I was like, "I couldn't help myself because we're talking about this." I just had such a good story.
I've like bought people cabs to get them out of my house. Like, is that paying for sex? Like, is ordering a cab for somebody and
No,
paying
but that's
for it?
very gentleman of you.
Thank you.
I feel like that's
thought
very
it was
gentleman of
I
you.
would
considerate.
never accept that.
Chivalry is a lie.
Yeah, like here, it's
would have-
time to go. I called you a cab.
You know, now it's like people are like,
I did
I'll
it
call
for
you
you.
an
I would have
Uber.
been like, no, I'm walking.
Yeah, see, that's how long ago it was. It was a cab. Now it's an
Now
Uber.
it's
or
an
Lyft.
Uber.
I'm a mom now, so I'm all
Yeah.
like non-slutty and shit.
Yeah, she's retired.
I retired my
Yeah.
vagina. It's hanging up
that's
on the
cool.
wall.
I'm coming back out of retirement.
I never got out of it.
You never started.
I never started.
He's been keeping the home fires burning for us.
It's a collector's item. It's still in the box. All right.
funny.
So let's do some plugs before we go to our next segment.
All right.
So so what you plugging on over there, PX?
Please visit pxcomedy.org. No one has tried out my contact button. And I really want you guys to try it out just to make sure it's working. I mean, I do it myself, but it'd be nice to have like a real person.
Nice.
Click contact me. That's where you can find me, pxcomedy.org. Instagram, pxcomedy. I found out that some of my social media platforms is still PX is my name. So you'll find me. Just PX anything. And you'll find me. We have the first Sunday showcase at Foxtail, and every Sunday tonight, I don't know when this is going to air, but tonight we have an awesome lineup. And then next Sunday, this will definitely air before next Sunday, and next Sunday we have the Comedians with Disabilities tour at
awesome.
Foxtail. So I'm really excited to have that next Sunday. And then we have Comedians and Empanadas on first Fridays, and then check out the Cats every Thursdays.
You are out there hustling right
Trying,
now.
girl.
I
I'm
love
trying.
it.
I want to
love
hear
it.
Rachel tell me I'm jealous.
I am jealous.
I'm just kidding.
All right, Rachel. You got any plugs?
Just Caravan Lounge comedy show every Wednesday night. Sign-ups are at 9:30, shows at 10, and we have rotating hosts. If you have a good set, sometimes you might get a chance to be a host yourself. And then also Monday nights at the Tabard Theater, there's Off Night, which is at 8 o'clock. You can watch it live or on streaming, and it's a local show about the local happenings in San Jose, and there's comics and performers and all that. It's fun and free. You can go in person or you can watch online.
All right.
I keep forgetting they could. Where is it online? Is it on Vimeo?
It's on. They have
Theater.
a YouTube page called Off Night, and then also like tabardtheater.org.
You can, and then you can access the live stream.
Exactly. You can access the live stream, and then they keep all of the episodes up on YouTube, so you can watch it after the show has
That's
been
so
aired.
awesome.
All right,
Mike
Smitty?
McGee and Atu Walker.
Yeah.
Any plugs?
I remember when it was at the Caravan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I developed that shit. That's right. Now they're moving on to bigger and better things, as they should.
Sam Schmidt Comedy on Instagram. I Should Be Ashamed every Tuesday and Friday.
That's his podcast. I should
Oh,
be ashamed.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Try to tell people that. You just said, I'm ashamed.
I
every
forgot.
Tuesday, Thursday. All right. Follow me on Instagram, on social media, Jorge Martin Sanchez. Also, you can follow this podcast, Your Worst Neighbors, on IG, TikTok, Twitter. And you can also email us
We're
at
on
your worst
TikTok now.
You can email us at yourworstneighborspodcast@gmail.com. And I think
Does
we're
anyone
good to
email us?
go. Probably. I haven't checked. I'll check eventually.
See, people probably emailing us complaining about our stupid podcast. And you're ignoring it.
And another thing.
Well, people always tell her how they love the podcast.
They do.
Nobody tells me shit.
Yeah, they do.
I'm
You're a
assuming.
liar.
I'm assuming they only listen to PX.
You're a liar.
I'm just a dresser.
You're a liar. That's not
Anyway.
true. That's not, I send him screenshots every single time, and you're tagged in most of them, so you'll see him.
I was not.
Props.
Yeah, you'll see like, oh, I heard it. Like you post it on Facebook all the time, and
I
then people
post 'em?
come. Yeah, post
I
it.
boost him.
Post him.
Alrighty. So for our next segment, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay.
So you being a bartender, you got to 86 quite a lot of people eventually, right?
Yes.
10 years in the game, more than 10 years in the game.
Yes.
You've done your fair share of 86ing. Remind me, Schmitty, the segment. What are we doing here?
So more or less what's going to happen, Rachel, is that we are going to show you 3 different videos and stories about people getting kicked out of bars,
Oh
right?
my God, I love this already.
And you have to tell us which one of the 3 you would let stay.
Okay, all right, okay.
One of them has to stay.
One of them has to stay.
Yes.
One of them
Okay.
has to stay. None of them deserve to stay, but
Right.
one of them has
Fair
to.
enough,
What do
fair
you mean
enough.
stay? What? Stay in the bar?
Yes.
Yeah, they get to
Okay.
stay. So like, say
So out
there's
of the
somebody,
3.
Okay, to give them a
they're
second
the
chance.
owner's kid or something,
Okay,
right?
okay, okay.
And I have
Or
to.
just give them a second chance.
So she's gonna be given 3 of these people,
Oh my
and
God,
she'll
I'm
say which
so
one she gets to
excited
stay.
right now.
Okay. I told you that the segment's cool. Yeah.
This is my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Here we go. What's the first one here, Schmitty?
Man throws tantrum.
Our first one is just titled "Man Throws Tantrum After Getting Kicked Out of Bar."
That looks like Matt Stone.
That doesn't make that stuff.
Matt who?
From South Park.
Oh,
Matt Stone, Trey Parker.
Yeah, go ahead. Play the video.
You ever seen a grown man have a breakdown after committing a criminal offense? So according to the narrative, there's a place called Hennessy's at
Before we go any further, I should say this is via Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ricky on YouTube.
Dana Point, Orange County, okay? This individual, based on the witnesses, he decided to grope another member of the wait staff. Well, they kicked him out,
Yeah. Okay.
Put hands
as
on.
they should.
Okay.
Here's what happened.
That's arrested. You put it out. Go. Go.
he's just that drunk.
Some white male fragility right there. In action.
Who the f- do you think you are?
Who's he calling?
Yeah, who is he
talking
calling?
to on the phone?
That phone's not on.
It's not even a phone.
I think that's his shoe.
He's trying to look busy.
Jesus
You guys are
Christ,
inconveniencing my time. I'm on the phone.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Tom, give me cops and Hennessy, please, right now.
Oh, is he calling people to show up?
He's calling the Poe. He needs
Or is,
cops.
no, is he calling
'Cause he
cops?
got kicked out of the
or is he
bar?
calling homies?
I believe it sounds as if he's calling one of the 2. I think we'll find out
Okay.
here in a second.
Okay.
Dana Point. This guy just made me look right.
Dana Point. Isn't there a Dana Point out here?
I'm so done. Just please give me give me a copy. Where's my card?
You threw it out of your
Give me
hand.
my card.
You grab it. I'm not touching.
Go!
Okay. Well, first of all, he shouldn't be calling the cops because if he groped somebody, that's sexual assault harassment.
right.
So
This
He's
is
obviously
standard drunk
drunk.
behavior.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Is there any other?
That's why I admire you, Rachel. Like, I don't drink.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, me neither.
And like, and
Yeah.
for you to be able to serve alcohol and have to deal with stuff like that, I'm like, fuck, girl.
Drunk people are my bread and butter, baby.
Oh my gosh, you feed
I
off
love
of
drunk
it?
people.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about 86ing people. You have to forgive drunk people.
Yeah.
Because
They don't even know what's going on.
everybody fucks up.
Yeah.
If you can't forgive drunk people, you're not going to have any customers. So
Yeah. You want them to come back.
you give them a little time.
Yeah.
You give them time.
A lot of them redeem themselves, I bet, because they, just have a moment,
and
right?
some people just make dumb drunk mistakes
Right.
and then they're whatever. But like then there's others that it's like, oh no, you can't.
it's just
come
keep
back.
going and going. Yeah.
But like yeah, most people you give lots of chances. So
Okay.
So as far as I know, this guy just groped somebody, got kicked out, and just yelling and screaming.
He's
not
embarrassed.
bad. It's not
He's
bad.
embarrassed, and that's his reaction is the shame and the
The
anger.
rejection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the next one?
And this one we have from the same account, Indisputable with Dr.
Female
Rashad
bouncer.
Ricky, which, by the way, I like that he's making a living off of these
Yeah.
drunk
Yes.
people videos. That rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is,
It's like, why didn't I think of
wait.
that? Fuck, man.
Is this the Karen porn we were talking about earlier?
no, this isn't the porn, but it's very close too. Drunk Karen devastated when kicked out of bar by female bouncer.
Okay.
Wait. By female
Karen
bouncer?
was not expecting this.
Oh, and she has the sundress. Oh, never mind.
Fuck yeah. Tell those bitches to get the fuck out.
Too many mimosas.
Call the police. You're insulting women.
Assaulting.
For what? For doing her job?
Yeah.
Clearly.
I have a vagina. I just wear men's clothes.
She's getting a raise, first of all.
Right?
I have a vagina. I just have men's clothes.
Yeah.
All right. But she doesn't look drunk, though. Is she drunk?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, look at
she's
her.
drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Oh, man.
I wish Karen
one of these
would.
has to stay.
Well, to be fair, like a second chance
I hope the third.
to behave.
Okay.
All right. So in the case, drunk man, drunk woman, both white, by the way. I don't know what to do with that.
I'm just saying. I mean.
They can't hold the liquor. All right. What's the last one?
Oh, he stays. He stays.
Hold on.
You already
Wait,
know.
I don't even
You
need
haven't even-
This guy does rule. That is awesome.
Okay, you have to describe the video. Describe the video from what just Rachel's reaction. There's a guy sticking out his tongue.
The title of this video.
It looks like he's licking the bar. Is he
The
licking
title of this video is "This Man Just Got Kicked Out of the Bar for checks notes, licking the floor."
the floor.
That's all he did is lick the floor.
And you got kicked out.
Sober or drunk? All right, let's see. Let's play the video.
Was
makes the
there
floor
cocaine
sober?
on the floor? Is the question. Yes.
It had to be a Mexican guy. He licked the floor and he had floor dirt on his tongue. That's so gross. Play it again.
That is.
Yeah, I want
he
to see
got
it
a
again. Can we see
disease
it
after
again?
that.
First of all, this is not. It had to be the
after
Latino
that.
guy. He's.
Okay. All right.
His tongue is like black. That is so.
His tongue is black with floor soot.
Yeah.
Floor soot.
That is.
And he's like
so
proud of it. Look at him. He's just showing it to the camera.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he just swallowed. Now he's swallowing it.
It's on his nose.
Hey,
on his
this
nose.
guy will eat your fucking pussy, no matter how it looks, how it
he
smells,
will.
how it tastes. He'll eat your pussy.
He's not gonna just eat pussy. He'll eat your whole body.
Yeah, he'll
like
do
he'll
it.
eat everything.
Yeah.
He reminds me of a kid I grew up with that used to eat ants. Just like,
for protein?
no, he just like did it.
Survivor.
I don't know if it was shock value or what. Lucas. Oh God, I'm Facebook friends with him still. Lucas, it's Lucas.
No, don't dox him.
something.
Don't dox him.
Yeah, I won't dox him.
We'll just say
somebody.
Lucas.
He's the best. He's a lifeguard. He's really cool.
He's still eating ants?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe his kids. Maybe it's passed on to the next generation. I don't know.
There is a guy in real estate. I mean, that I went to high school with. He's now like a really big real estate agent out in the Bay Area.
And what did he used to do?
This one time he was like, he dropped a piece of gum out of his mouth onto the floor. He's like, "Pay me $1 and I'll eat this and put this back in my mouth." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" There was like hair on it and there was like shit on it, and I was like, "Here you go, here's $1." And every time I see him in my feed, I'm like, "That guy ate a fucking piece of gum."
You should ask him if he'll do it again.
Oh yeah, and then post it on his thing too. But
Like, are you still down?
so of the three,
Oh, already know. I mean, that was so
it's
easy.
The floor liquor guy.
The floor liquor. You don't want.
You give him a second chance.
You don't want. People that are super aggressive, like that first guy. He's done.
Yeah.
He's done. The
He's
second
done.
group, Karens. They're accusing.
By Karens.
They're accusing, the security guard of assault for
Right.
doing her job, which
Right.
like it is tricky these days. You used to be able to bounce people off walls on the way out. Now you
You can't.
put hands, and you have to be like
you have to
really
touch
whatever.
them. You can barely even touch them now, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to touch them at all, which is it's tricky. It's tricky. But once you got crying, screaming bitches, there's no way you want to let them back in the bar. It's only
Oh,
gonna
no.
get worse.
There's gonna be a bunch
This
of them.
guy is a fucking hero.
So the guy licking
He's
the
a
dirt
hero.
off the floor gets a second chance at the caravan.
You know what? He would get 3 or
Gotcha.
4 chances because he'd probably do something else dumb and hilarious. That's the kind of guy that would do a tequila stuntman. Do you guys know what a tequila
What's a
stuntman
tequila
is?
stuntman?
What's a tequila stuntman?
So you...
Am I involved? I feel like I'm involved here.
It's like a handstand upside down.
That sounds fun, but you and actually Eric Toms, that guy I was talking about earlier, my ex, he used to do those all the time.
What? The handstand with the shot?
So tequila stuntman is you snort a line of salt. Oh. You drink the shot of tequila and then you squeeze the lime in your eye.
Oh my god.
That's a tequila stuntman. That guy would do one of
Look up
those.
tequila stuntman.
That
I want to see
so
that. I want to see that in
painful.
action.
Yeah.
But basically, we established the Mexican guy who licks the floor gets a second chance.
Absolutely. He would get 3 or 4 chances probably. Yeah.
right.
If I had to pick
Rachel.
out of that group.
We're watching a video of a guy doing the tequila stuntman. All right, here we go. So he snorts the salt. Go ahead.
This is a 15-year-old video. This is back when YouTube was the best thing ever.
That was probably when my ex was doing those. So
Really?
yeah.
And there was only...
Is that your ex?
No, yeah, oh my god, let's do it. Go ahead.
Explain it one more time.
So he's snorting.
This is Tequila Stuntman. Okay, this
Oh, he's a fucking British guy.
He's a British guy.
up the nose.
A British guy? What?
It's only had 42,000 views 15 years ago. It's been up for 15 years. The fuck? Oh my gosh. That sounds so terrible.
His big old British nose.
I'm just
I've
thinking
seen
of
this so many times and it's hilarious every time I see it.
There you go. He snorts the salt,
How does he even get it in his nose?
takes the shot, and squeezes the lemon into his eye.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was not kidding. So, the thing about this is...
You white people are crazy. What the fuck is this shit? You guys are desecrating the tequila.
You're supposed to not feel the tequila. Like, it's not supposed to not make you drunk. Because you're so distracted.
From the,
So you can
the
drink
snorting
more.
and the...
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So, just take a tequila like a man. What the fuck?
I mean, that's pretty...
Did you ever drink, Rachel? I mean,
Oh,
did you used to drink?
yes. I was very good at it.
Yes.
I drank a lot for a long
We should
time.
end this podcast with a tequila stuntman.
Oh, dude.
All 3 of us.
No,
Well, you guys can do it. I'll watch you guys
I'll
do
watch
it.
them do
I'll
it.
set it up.
Yeah.
I'll set it up for
Oh
you
yeah,
guys.
she's a pro at that.
I'm a pro
You,
at that.
you don't have tequila, do you?
I'll cut
I do
those-
not have tequila.
cut
Oh, we
those
can't do
lines
that.
for you.
I have bleach.
Smitty, I'm actually down. I'm actually
Acetone.
down.
I have acetone. That's close enough, right?
This could be Instagram content. You know?
I asked my ex that used to do it all the time how it felt, and he looked at me and he said, "It burns."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it would, wouldn't it?
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I like, see, I never even really drank ever.
Yeah.
So then when I hear and see stories like this, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You're missing out.
Because
Why?
alcohol.
I
that's
know
why.
it makes you do that, and
Yeah.
it just blows my mind. Which okay, before we close, I always like bringing up this story with Rachel because it's the most memorable moment that I seen at the caravan, and there was not a lot of people there, but it was the night that guy got punched in the face. It was his first time doing stand-up. He gets punched in the face by a regular bar patron, and I think I missed
while doing stand-up?
Yeah, he was on stage.
He was on stage, and then he got punched in the face.
This was a while ago.
For being an asshole, or was it a joke?
Because he was talking shit about his girlfriend or something like that.
It
But
was
not
a heckler,
even.
It was a
But not
heckler
even.
situation, but it was the crowd guy was totally overreacting.
Yeah, he overreacted.
Okay.
And then I came in at the tail end of it where the guy's like, ugh. and then I'm like, what happened? What happened? No. And I'm like, what happened? And they're like, dude, that guy just punched that guy in the face. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. And so the guy's outside. I'm like, are you okay? And then he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And everyone's like, dude, what happened? I was like, I don't know. He got punched in the face. And then he's like, can I get a ride home? And I was like, I'll totally give you a ride home. And some of the comments were like, should you be doing that? He just got punched in the face. I was like, if anything, I feel like I should be giving him a ride because he got punched in the face. And then after that, I was just like,
yeah.
Now every person
can be dangerous there. You gotta watch out with those hecklers, man.
The first time I got
I was scared. I was like, am I gonna get punched in the face?
Yeah, it's been. I mean, I think that was the only physical. We did have. I think we had a guy try to like take somebody down, like tackle him on
comic.
stage. A comic. once, but like mostly the
I got heckled at the caravan. A guy came up, he gyrated on me.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You know, I was so new to comedy. I did not know how to react to it. I just let him.
While you were on stage.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I just disassociated. I let him have his way with me. I was like, and then afterwards, I went because I got mad. Yeah. I went outside, and he came out, started apologizing. It's my first time drinking. I'm so sorry.
First time drinking.
But it's my fault because I didn't do shit. I should have, but I was so new to comedy at that time.
You're like, this is my first time too.
I was like, oh, is this what comedy is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary because sometimes mics can turn physical and you never know. Yeah. Like I remember there was a crazy incident at the Brainwash once where like chairs ended up getting thrown and stuff. Like I saw the video and I was like, what?
That's like,
crazy. Crazy.
Well, and there's a happy ending to the caravan story with that guy because I want to say like 10 years later, they were all in the same spot. And I think it was Atu and I saw the guy too. And then the other guy and he's like, he bought me a drink. I'm like, dude, that's so awesome that we all remembered that moment in time and then like followed through and we're like, we're all cool now. Kumbaya.
We're all friends again.
Yeah.
Drinking.
It was awesome.
It would be awesome if he punched him again.
That would be funny.
Do you have anything else, Schmitty? You know what? I think that's a good way to end the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
Rachel, thank you for coming.
Best neighbor. Thanks for coming over.
It's been a fun podcast. Had a good time?
Thank you. I had a great time.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to Your Worst Neighbors podcast.
We love you. All of me loves you.
Yay.